Otasansan Radio and TV.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí n mú orúkọ àwọn tí wọ́n ti fìfẹ́ hàn láti bọ́ sórí àpèrè Awujale tìlú Ìjẹ̀bú Òde láti ìdílé Fúsẹ̀ngbúwà ruling house tí ó kàn láti fi ọmọ yìí kalẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tí ó bọ̀ sórí ìtẹ́ Awujale tìlú Ìjẹ̀bú Òde. Èyí tí ó tẹ̀ mí lọ́wọ́, àwọn 18 òní àrí tí wọ́n ti fi ìfẹ́ hàn láti bọ́ sórí àpèrè Awujale tìlú Ìjẹ̀bú Òde. Ẹ jẹ́ mú wá fún yín lọ́kọ̀ọ̀kan. List of the candidates interested for the post of Ọba Awujale at Ilenla compound, Agunsebi, Fúsẹ̀ngbúwà ruling house. Prince Adewale Aláùsá, Prince Ademola Aderibigbe, Prince Taiwo Ọ̀tún àbí Ọ̀tún, Honorable Ọláṣẹ́ní Ọ̀tún, Ọ̀túnba Sakiru Bello, Prince Ọláwálé Yusuf Oríọlá, Prince Adeleke Adeyemi Hakeem, Prince Adekunle Agbásálẹ̀ àbí Àgbásálẹ̀, Prince Adéwálé Adékọ̀yà Ayọ̀délé, Ọ̀túnba Fatai Arówólò, Prince Adeleye Lateef, Adéwálé Hakeem Adeleke, Adéyẹmí Odùwọlé Adéwálé Aláùsá, Ọ̀nàbànjọ Ọládìpọ̀, Prince Ọdúnowó Adébọ̀wálé Emmanuel, Prince Adégbénró Bello àti Prince Adéwálé Ayọ̀lá Ọlásùpọ̀ Bello gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn 18 tí wọ́n ti fi ìfẹ́ hàn láti bọ́ sí orí ìtẹ́ Awujale tìlú Ìjẹ̀bú Òde, ìyẹn láti ilé ńlá, agboolé ńlá ní Agunsebi Fúsẹ̀ngbúwà ruling house. Òun náà lẹ ti gbọ́ tá a mú wá fún yín yẹn. Ẹ wá jẹ́ kí n mú ọ̀rọ̀ tí amòfin Bámbọ̀ Adésànyà SAN tí wọ́n kọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìlànà àti ìgbésẹ̀ tó yẹ kí àwọn afọbajẹ tó yẹ kí wọ́n gbé láti mọ ẹni tí ó bọ̀ sórí àpèrè Awujale tìlú Ìjẹ̀bú Òde. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n mú wá fún yín kí a jọ gbọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí wọ́n sì kọ. Ṣùgbọ́n kí n tó tẹ̀síwájú, ẹ jẹ́ kí n délé iṣẹ́ S2 Ultimate Aba International tí wọ́n ń ṣe alátìlẹyìn fún wa, tí wọ́n ń polówó iléeṣẹ́ wọn lórí ìkànnì yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n dọ́dọ̀ wọn o, ká wò ó ká gbọ́ tí wọ́n ní fún wa. Tá a bá wá padà dé, ká wá tẹ̀síwájú lórí ètò. Ẹ mọ́ tì lọ, a sì wà lórí ètò, à ń padà bọ̀.
Ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ nínú ara ó ṣe pàtàkì fún gbogbo ẹ̀dá nítorí pé ìlera òun lòògùn ọrọ̀. Ṣètọ́jú ẹ̀jẹ̀ rẹ pẹ̀lú S2 Ultimate Herbal Mixture for the management of high blood pressure.
Bí gbogbo ìṣòro ìfúnpá gíga, àìróorun sùn kó wá gbígbà, gbogbo ìdààmú orí fífọ́, ara yúnyún yóò dùn gbàgbé pátápátá. Wọ́n sáà ti lo S2 Ultimate Herbal Mixture fún oògùn high blood pressure.
Torí pé lọ́wọ́ kan ló máa ń lé ẹ̀jẹ̀ ríru, hypertension, àìróorun sùn, orí fífọ́ jìnnà sí ẹni tó bá lò tẹ̀fẹ̀tẹ̀fẹ̀. Egbòogi ìgbàlódé tó fọ ẹ̀jẹ̀ mọ́ tónítóní ní S2 Ultimate Herbal Mixture yìí jẹ́.
S2 Ultimate Herbal Mixture ó ń gbógun ti àpọ̀jù ọ̀rá, ìdọ̀tí ara, ìdọ̀tí ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó lè dínà kí ẹ̀jẹ̀ lọ gerege nínú àgọ́ ara. Gbogbo mọ́lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kékeré sọ, iṣẹ́ inú ẹ̀jẹ̀ ara ni, tọ́jú ẹ̀jẹ̀ rẹ nítorí pé ìlera lògùn ọrọ̀.
A ò ní rí ogun ikú òjijì, a ò sì ní ṣiṣẹ́ fún ọmọ ẹlòmíràn jẹ, wàhálà wa ò sì ní já sásán láyé o.
Ẹ pè wá sórí àwọn ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀nyí pẹ̀lú 070
40
79
01
53
tàbí
080
64
00
02
04 láti rà tàbí jẹ́ alágbàtà S2 Ultimate Herbal Mixture. Ewé àti egbò ni wọ́n fi ṣe oògùn yìí ní ìlànà ìgbàlódé
tí àjọ NAFDAC tó sì fi òǹtẹ̀ lù fún gbogbo ènìyàn pátápátá. kárí láì.
S2 ultimate herbal mixture for the management of high blood pressure. It is a gidi gan.
Ó ń gbógun ti ìṣòro inú ẹ̀jẹ̀, ó ń fọ ẹ̀jẹ̀ mọ́ tónítóní lọ́gán tẹ́ ẹ bá ti gbé ìrora.
S2 ultimate herbal mixture yìí gangan ni dán tí ń já nígbà lọ́wọ́ high blood pressure lọ́gán tí ẹ bá ti gbé ìrora.
òun náà lẹ ti gbọ́ láti iléeṣẹ́ S2 ultimate herbal international. òun náà lẹ ti gbọ́ yẹn ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọn tẹ́ fi pè wọ́n bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́yìn náà bá nílò àwọn oògùn tó ń jáde níléeṣẹ́ S2 ultimate herbal international. òun náà lẹ ti ń wò lójú móhùnmáwòrán yín yẹn ní nàìjíríà ní tàbí lókè òkun káàkiri àgbáláyé ẹ pè wọ́n ẹ bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀. gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ṣe ń bá bọ̀ torí ẹ tó bá lọ lọ́ba kú gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀rọ̀ tí amòfin ọmọọba adésànyà gẹ́gẹ́ bí wọ́n ṣe fi ṣọwọ́ ẹ jẹ́ kí n mú wá fún yín kájọ wò kájọ gbọ́. The compelling need for the maintenance of the order of rotation of ruling houses as provided for in the declaration regulating the selection of the Awujale of Ijebu land. Aláyélúwà Ọba Síkírù Káyọ̀dé Adétọ̀nà GCON, the Awujale of Ijebu land joined his ancestors on the 13th of July 2025 after a little more than 65 years on the throne. The 48th day prayers for the repose of the soul of our river monarch held on 21st August 2025. May his valiant soul have favor with the Almighty Allah. As soon as the demise of the Aláyélúwà was announced and without allowing for the passage of decent mourning period, all manner of persons started laying claim to their eligibility to the sacred office of the Awujale. For members of the ruling house that is statutorily entitled to provide candidates for appointment to the office, such hasty claims are understandable. However, what is most unexpected, uncalled for, and indeed capable of causing great strife and chaos in Ijebu land is the vociferous claim to the office of the Awujale by a member or members of a ruling house that is not next in line in the provision of candidates to fill the vacant office. As soon as sons and daughters of Ijebu land, we all owe it a duty to be law-abiding and to follow meticulously the custom and law regulating the nomination of candidates and the appointment of the next Awujale. The custom of our people in this regard is contained in the declaration made under Section 4, Subsection 2 of the Chief's Law 1957 of the former Western region of Nigeria. The declaration, which is in the nature of a subsidiary legislation, was approved by the Minister of Local Government of the whole Western region of Nigeria, late Alhaji B.S. Adegbenro, on the 25th of August 1959 and registered on the 1st of September 1959. The declaration contains the native law and custom of the Ijebus as regards the selection and appointment of the Awujale to the execution of all other laws, practices, and customs. The Supreme Court of our country has time and again clearly stated that any custom, tradition, or usage that is alleged to exist but is not found in a registered declaration is presumed to have been disregarded or excluded from the custom, tradition or usage of the selection and appointment of any person to any recognized chieftaincy such as the Awujale of Ijebu chieftaincy. Given the above, the custom and laws of our people regarding the order of rotation in which the respective ruling houses are entitled to provide candidates to fill the vacancy in the office of the Awujale are as fully and solely set out in paragraph 2 of the declaration. No other alleged custom, tradition is relevant or required in this regard. Paragraph 2 of the declaration reads as follows. The order of rotation in which the respective ruling houses are entitled to provide candidates to fill successive vacancies in the chieftaincy shall be 1. The Anikilaya ruling house. 2. The Fusengbuwa ruling house. 3. The Fidipote ruling house. 4. The Belegbuwa ruling house. The Fusengbuwa ruling house provided candidates for the office of the Awujale in 1925, and Alailua Ọba Adenuga Folagbade emerged and reigned from 1925 to 1929. The Fidipote ruling house provided candidates for the office of the Awujale in 1929, and Alailua Ọba Ali Ogunnaike Fibiwoga emerged and reigned from 1929 to 1933. The Belegbuwa ruling house provided candidates for the office of the Awujale in 1933, and Alailua Ọba Daniel Adesanya Belegbuwa too emerged and reigned from 1933 to 1959. The Anikilaya ruling house provided candidates for the office of the Awujale, and Alailua Ọba Sikiru Kayode Adetona emerged and reigned from 1960 to 2025. There is therefore no doubt whatsoever that it is the turn of the Fusengbuwa ruling house to provide candidates for the office of the Awujale of Ijebu land. There is nothing in the declaration or in the Obas and Chiefs Council of Obas and Traditional Council Law of Ogun State that allows any person who is not a member of the Fusengbuwa ruling house to aspire or claim entitled to this reverse tool. In recent times, videos and audios have made rounds in the social media platforms suggesting that persons who do not belong to the Fusengbuwa ruling house, citing ancient law, custom, tradition, and presidential entitlement to contest for the stool of the Awujale. Some of the video and audio clip go further to state that the Fusengbuwa ruling house, despite the great feasibility and show of readiness to provide candidates, has been or is being pressured to relinquish its rights to the benefit of the next ruling house. There is no custom or law with respect to the order of rotation of ruling houses in the selection of the Awujale that allows a willy-nilly bypass of the ruling house that is next in line to produce the monarch. Our custom as regards rotation has been codified and is clearly stated in the declaration. The declaration does not make any provisions for the skipping of any ruling house. True enough, in the olden days, the Belegbuwa ruling house was bypassed. However, this was as a result of the general acceptance of the Abidagba custom at that period in our history. The relevant part of the Abidagba custom was to the effect that a prince aspiring to the throne of Awujale must have been born when his father was on the throne. Pelebuwa IV reigned from 1760 to 1790, and upon the demise of Awujale, Figbajoye Anikilaya in 1852, it again became the turn of the Pelebuwa ruling house to produce the Awujale. However, there being no Abidagba in the ruling house, the right to succession fell on the Fidipote ruling house that produced Awujale Ademuyewo Afidipotemole. The Abidagba custom with respect to candidacy on the main line has been abolished, as Awujale Adekoya Eleruja who was not an Abidagba, ascended to the throne in 1916. Likewise, Awujale Ali Ogunnaike of 1929 to 1933 and Awujale Daniel Adesanya 1933 to 1959 were not Abidagbas. Another incident of passing over of a ruling house was recorded in 1915. Awujale Adeleke Ogbagbawa from Anikilaya ruling house and reigned from 1895 to 1906. He was succeeded by Awujale Adeona from Fidipote ruling house in 1906. Awujale Adeona joined his ancestors in 1915, and logically it became the turn of Fusembuwa ruling house to produce the Awujale. However, as a result of the Abidagba custom, Prince Adenuga, who was 23 years old, was the only eligible candidate. The kingmakers adjudged him too young to ascend the throne, and as such, the Fusembuwa ruling house was bypassed in favor of the Anikinaya ruling house. Awujale Ademolu Fesogbade was enthroned in November 1915 and reigned until he was removed in September 1916, following prayers from the rightful Fusembuwa ruling house. The two incidents set out above were made possible because at the relevant times, the Abidagba custom was generally accepted and applied. This custom with respect to candidacy on the main line has been revoked, and its application cannot be any precedent to rely on today. To allow a ruling house to be bypassed in the process of the selection of the Awujale, the issue of age, which featured in 1915, is no longer relevant, as the declaration does not make any stipulation as to a minimum age of a prospective Awujale. Indeed, our revered father, Awujale Sikiru Adetona, ascended the throne at the age of 26. In the event, there is nothing in Ijebu history or custom that can today be relied on as a precedent allowing persons who do not belong to the ruling house next in line to produce the Awujale to aspire to and canvass for the office of the Awujale. The point needs to be made quite forcefully that, save in a situation where a ruling house willfully declines to provide candidates or no member of the ruling house are otherwise eligible, it will be an invitation to anarchy if the ruling house, in this case, the Fusembuwa ruling house, is bypassed in the process of selecting the new Awujale. This appeal is to all sons and daughters of Ijebuland to ensure that all processes laid down under the declaration are meticulously followed, and those who are not members of the Fusenbua ruling house are not allowed to meddle in and compromise the succession race. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀rọ̀ tí amòfin ọmọọba Bámbọ̀ Adésànyà tí wọ́n fi síta pé wọ́n ti fẹ́ gbẹ̀yìn ru ìdílé Fusenbua tó yẹ kó fi ọmọ yìí kalẹ̀, òun náà lẹ́gbọ́ tí a mú wá fún yín yẹn. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ó ṣe tẹ̀ wá lọ́wọ́, òun náà nìyẹn. Ẹ ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń wò wá, ẹ ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń gbọ́ wá. Ẹ̀yin tí ó bá wù láti fẹ́ ní ìwé yẹn lọ́wọ́, ìyẹn àtẹ̀jáde yẹn tẹ́ fẹ́ ní lọ́wọ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀ láàyè comment tàbí kí ẹ bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ pẹ̀lú WhatsApp number tẹ́ ń wò lójú móhùnmáwòrán yín yẹn. Ẹ ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń wò wá, ẹ ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń gbọ́ wá. Ojú tẹ́ fi ń wò wá kò ní fọ́, etí tẹ́ fi ń gbọ́ wá kò ní di láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ìbànújẹ́ ó kéré ni, ó tóbi ni, kò ní jẹ́ pín wa o. Lágbára Adẹ́dàá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹ bá ní pín, ẹ bá ní share rẹ̀ kí ó lè rìn jìnnà dáadáa. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ bá ti subscribe, ẹ bá ní subscribe sórí ìkànnì yìí kí ẹ sì tan notification bell kẹ́ lè máa láǹfààní láti máa gbọ́ wa, láti máa rí wa wò lóòrèkóòrè tá a bá ti mú tuntun wá fún yín lórí ìkànnì wa. Ẹ ṣé o, àdúpẹ́, àmọ̀rírì yín.